One issue that really stood out to me from the reading is whether referees should make makeup calls after they realized that they made a bad call earlier in the game. At first, I kind of felt like it made sense. Like, if one team gets messed up by a bad call, it seems fair to try to balance it out or make it fair. And that connects to the idea of corrective justice in the book, which basically is about fixing a wrong and making things fair again. But after reading more, I actually don't agree with the makeup calls. I think that the reading made a good point that making another bad call doesn't really fix anything. It just creates another unfair situation. And at that point, the referee isn't really following the rules anymore if they're making up bad calls, because they're trying to control the outcome, and that's not their role. That's not their role, like, for the game. I also think the examples helped me understand better, like especially the World Cup one and the baseball game with the Miss Perfect game. In both cases, even though the calls were clearly wrong, there wasn't really a way to fix them without making things worse. It's kind of like once it happened, well, the book made it seem like once it happened, you can't undo it. And if that's the case, then yeah, you shouldn't try. You shouldn't even play around with it. Also, I also think that not every bad call has the same impact. Like in the book, they use an example of basketball. I can't remember what it. I think it was like 10 minutes in a game. If you call traveling, it's not as bad as 3 minutes in a game. And yeah, I would agree. Like, a mistake earlier in the game is way different than one at the end. So trying to even things out is kind of unpredictable and subjective. I think this matters because it really makes you think about what's fair, like what that means, and is it about trying to make the outcome equal, or is it about applying rules consistently no matter what? And while thinking about fairness, it made me think about, how we define fairness outside of sports, like in life. Because even in real life, sometimes you trying to fix a mistake can make things worse. So that's just something to think about. Overall, I think that referees should just focus on making the best call that they can make in the moment instead of trying to fix their past mistakes. Even though it's not perfect, it's what keeps the game going. So, yeah.